So this time we're going to look at entering information into the cow-calf grid. This is probably the heart of the program, so we're going to spend a bit of time doing this. First of all, just like we did in the enterprises, we're going to work in a strategic process through this. We're going to start at the top left here, beginning inventory. We're going to work all the way across left to right down through the grid so we don't miss anything. So starting with beginning inventories, in the John and Jane Doe file, they didn't have any of calves or yearling bulls, but they did have some yearling heifers. And from my inventory, it shows they had 14 of those. They had 4 bulls, and they had 100 cows and bred heifers. And we also need a price on those, and the prices are 1,800 and 4,000 and 2,000. So that becomes our beginning inventory. And so now again we're working left to right. Live births, how many calves were born? So from a different part of my case study, I find that there were 45 bull calves, 45 and 48 heifer calves. And so now down to the next line, there were no purchases whatsoever, so we can again proceed down to deaths, and there was 1 bull calf that died, and there were 2 heifer calves that died. And as you see, we'll work straight across. There was also 1 cow that died. Let me make sure we get that one over here. 1 cow. And now we go down to sales. Again, starting from the left. And there were 30 steer calves, and they weighed 550 pounds. And there were 28 heifers sold, and they weighed 500 pounds. And there were no sales. Yes, there were. Wait a minute. There was 1 bull and 12 cull cows. So we had 1 bull and 12 cull cows. And you can see what I mean, why it's really important to move from left to right in a strategic fashion, or it's very easy to forget what's going on. Transfers in. We don't enter transfers in, we only enter transfers out, but this is where there will be transfers will show up if there were animals transferred in from feeders. So transfers out in the black cell, what we do here is we'll double click on that and up pops another grid that allows us to enter in transfers out information. And so there were, and now these are bull calves. So it's described up here, bull or steer calves from cows to yearling bulls or to feeders. Well, they only went to feeders, and there were 14 steer calves transferred to feeders at 600 pounds, and the price was $1.95 a pound. And you notice we either put in price per pound or price per head, and the other one is automatically calculated. So $1.95 is the same as $11.70 per head. So we're done with that. Then we move across to the heifer calves. Double click on that one. Now, where did those heifer calves go? Well, the heifer calves, 3 of them went to be feeders. So we'll click into feeders first. There were 3 of them. They weighed 550, and the price was $1.80 a pound. And again, the price per head number is calculated automatically. There were also heifer calves transferred to yearling heifers to go back into the breeding herd. So 15 of those, again at 550, at a price per head of $1,250 this time, $1,250 per head, and works out to a price per pound of $2.27. So that covers the transfers. And then, were there any yearling bulls? No, but yearling heifers. We bring up the transfer screen for the yearling heifers, and these yearling heifers went to cows and bred heifers, 14 of them. So 14 at 1,000 pounds each, and 1,800 per head went to cows and bred heifers. And I think that's it for that. And so now we look at our ending inventory. That should be calculated for us. Nothing to enter here other than weights, but we don't have any calves, so we don't have to enter the weights here. And then the no ending prices here. We should be done. So you can see that it gets a little more complicated, but very important to work from the top down and go in a right to left fashion, and don't jump around or you're bound to forget something. Okay, next video we're going to look at feeders.